Welcome to this month's Junior Historian, where we will be talking about March as Women's History Month and a new exhibit here at the Molly Brown House Museum that features a local artist, Melody Epperson, and her portraits of incredible women from history in the exhibit Entering the Conversation, the Art of Women's Rights. So what is Women's History Month? Women's History Month was originally founded as just 1 week in March, starting on March 7th in 1981. In 1987, the National Women's History Project petitioned the government to make it the whole month of March. Congress has passed several additional resolutions since then that have allowed the president to proclaim March of each year as Women's History Month. Since 1995, presidents have issued several declarations for Women's History Month to celebrate the contributions that women have made to the United States and to recognize their achievements over the course of American history in a variety of fields. This year, International Women's Day was on March 8th. Let's learn some vocabulary for today. Our vocabulary is going to be words that can be used to describe who a lot of women we will be talking about are, and the many roles that they may have had. Our first word is suffragist. A suffragist is a person advocating that the right to vote should be extended to more people, especially to women. Our next word is abolitionist. An abolitionist is a person who favors the abolition of a practice or institution, especially capital punishment or formerly slavery. Our last vocabulary word is feminist. A feminist is a person who advocates for the social, political, legal, and economic rights for women equal to those of men. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Melody Epperson's new exhibit here at the Molly Brown House Museum. At each table, we have 4 portraits of 4 significant women who have made incredible contributions throughout history. In the early days of women's rights and suffrage, these women would often use social organizations, such as a tea party, to meet and discuss important social concerns and how to organize for change. Melody has created her own tea party with special guests to have imagined conversations about several social issues. Let's take a look at a few of these women that Melody has invited and what they have brought to the table of women's rights. Here at this table, we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which in popular culture you may know her as Notorious RBG. She was the second female Supreme Court judge, and she worked tirelessly for women's rights. It is because of her that women are allowed to have their own credit cards, and she is the first Supreme Court judge to support same-sex marriage. If you were to sit here and have a cup of tea with RBG, what would you ask her? What kind of conversation would you like to have? At another table, we have Alice Paul. She is most known for being one of the most significant women involved in the suffrage movement. She organized the first ever picket campaign at the White House, known as the Silent Sentinels. We can see her contributions and hard work through the passing of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. Over at this table, we have another woman you may recognize. Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who escaped from slavery on September 17, 1849. Her major contributions to history were her work as an abolitionist and helping to free other slaves. She completed 13 missions and freed over 70 slaves using the anti-slave network and safe houses known as the Underground Railroad. Her nickname was Moses, because she helped to bring her people to a new land, just as Moses of the Bible did for his. How have her contributions made an impact on us in present day? Here at the Molly Brown House Museum, we encourage you to think about these conversations that you might have had with some of these incredible women from history. Take Margaret Brown, for example. She was no stranger to a good tea party. She was also no stranger to standing up and doing what she thought was right. I invite you to join the conversation and to think about what the contributions that these women have made to history and how they will affect you. How do they affect you today? How will they affect you tomorrow? And I encourage you to continue these conversations with your friends and your family. Thank you so much for joining us for this month's Junior Historian, Entering the Conversation, The Art of Women's Rights. We'll see you next time.